right, everybody. Thanks for letting to watch. First,
Oh, you're beeping all over the place right out of the
I'm muted.
gates. Yeah, you're bling blonging.
I'm Blink.
Yeah, the old bling blongins. Your headphones were just fucking going
Are
crazy.
you're not muted, are you? Just make sure we're both don't have any echo.
No, I'm not muted.
All right.
I'm looking at our levels here.
Am I still jacked up?
You're good.
Okay. Well, anyway, we're not live. This is pre-recorded. We're just releasing it at our normal 9:30 p.m. Central Time slot, just so we keep schedule. But as of right now, we're going to keep you up to date up to about 5. We're doing this at 5:25 p.m. Central Time. So they have yet to play the Power Veto, but we do have the veto players have been drawn. It's going to be Meg, Stephen Austin, in addition to Liz, Becky, Johnny Mac. Liz is HOH, Johnny Mac and Becky are on the block. Just to totally catch you up from Thursday night's episode, after the double eviction. But anyway, what's up, McCrae?
Nothing much. I just want to another little precursory warning. I don't know. I'm getting this weird air at the bottom here. I don't know if it's gonna affect the quality. I don't know what's gonna happen, but yeah. So if this episode is jacked up, that's the reason why. But thanks for hanging out, and yeah, we're gonna.
Please don't put it in the comments a million times.
Yeah, we don't give a shit. Do not give a shit.
We do care, but
no, I think we care about constructive criticism. But the fact that I'm pointing out right now that there could be an issue with this episode means I am clearly aware that there's an issue. Usually I'm aware of the issues that happen during the episode. So yeah, we don't have to hear that my mic is muted or whatever the fuck. We got it covered. We knew. I know I fucked it up. You can just be well assured that I know I fucked shit up. Let's get into it, I guess. But this is a live episode. I want to say that this feels so much more like I don't have the anxiety that I usually have, where I'm frantically clicking.
Yeah, it's a lot more laid back. I'm afraid that I'm gonna totally just drift off on a tangent.
Yeah, I'll try to keep it on track.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm the comptroller.
But anyway, all right, man. Let's get going. Let's see. Steve's kind of in a weird spot this week. We're going to talk about that. I think that the way the double eviction went down with Jackie leaving put him in an odd spot with the other side of the house. He wanted to go talk to him. They've planned to sweet talk him because they need to bring him in. It's at the point in the game where they need numbers. It's like, oh, we can forgive you. We need somebody to help us.
Yeah.
So basically, he goes and has to talk to him. They said, no, Steve, you were lied to. Whoever lied to you about that is the enemy here, basically. Mm-hmm. And they're talking about, Vanessa. And what Vanessa did, Steve, is she made you do this. Because of this lie, she made you do this in order for you to be our next target instead of her. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how they broke it down. And it's interesting.
I'm curious about that, though. I'm curious about that whole situation, I think, because, sure, but the thing about it is that Steve is not dumb. He knows that going after Austin and the twins or going after Vanessa, was going to be... It's going to put that idea into people's heads that, Steve's willing to make big moves. He's fucking going to be big dogging it when he can. I think that, regardless of the lie, I think that only helped Steve, because he can be like, oh yeah, I was lied to, I'm so innocent still, yeah, it's Vanessa's the bad guy, let's fucking get our pitchforks, Steve gets to play both sides and then can kind of go back to Vanessa and be like, well, you kind of screwed me over here, no matter what, Steve is covered, and I feel like, am I being biased because I like Steve? Probably, but at the same time, I see what happened there, and it's whatever happened was fucking super good for him. Well, he's protected city.
He is kind of in an odd spot because he's kind of bouncing around in the middle. He's kind of neutral gravity, absolutely floating.
Yeah.
Because he's not anybody to really go after. There's absolute bigger fish to fry. It's getting down to that point in the game where an HOH to get Steve out is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
He has nobody really, and the people he does have kind of lie to him.
Yeah.
I mean, the Freaks and Geeks or the Scamper Squad or all the Steve is left out of basically everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Other than basically the lies that he needs to know, or the version of the truth, to just kind of keep him where they want him. and he's going to have to do. Does he make a choice? Does he stay in the middle?
I mean, right now he's perfectly fine in the middle. Pretty much, all right, say, what's gonna happen? What can even happen? Like, the only thing that he has to worry about is someone getting taken off the block and then him going up as like being a perceived threat somehow, which isn't really gonna happen. Depending, like the Ostwins. I mean, more of the Ostwins could win next week HOH. Vanessa could win next week HOH. Even the Gremlins or whatever they're being called, the Goblins. The Goblins. I mean, even if they win, it's like no one's still gonna go after Steve. So why pick a side? Why just always be the guy that's like, oh, I'm unassuming and I don't know what's going on. I don't know. He's set up. And Johnny Mac, was kind of in that position, but now he's gotten himself caught up in a bit of the side battle here.
Well, okay. We talk about Steve. Is Steve aware that he needs to do nothing and keep going? Is he aware, or is he trying to like play his way in, which could play himself into trouble?
I think this again is my bias showing, but I think that he is aware of his position and how he needs to like proceed. Like, I think that he knows that he's in the middle, and there's no point to like. Sure, he wants to like keep Johnny Mac around, and sure he wants to keep probably Vanessa around because they're two big characters that will go before him always. So at the same time, he's got to be very careful what he does. Like. Yeah, I think he just plays both sides. Just keep playing both sides and be like, if you're playing both sides and you're not being privy to like knowledge that the other side doesn't have, it's like you're fine. If people are lying to you all the time, that's fine. That's perfect. You can be like, well, I didn't know any of this stuff, and you'll never have blood on your hands. You'll always be the guy that's on the outs, and that's not a bad position to be in.
I mean, Steve has played the outs the entire game.
Yeah.
Whereas like Donnie was on the outs, he was a threat because he won himself safety. I don't remember how many times, a couple seems like. But anyway, he won himself safety, so it's like, oh my God, this dude's got some skills, know. And anyway,
he's ex-military.
Steve's won this veto. This past veto. So he's won some comps. Has he won anything else? Has he won a Battle of the Block?
I think he.
He won Jason and Steve. Yeah.
I couldn't tell. I can't remember.
Yeah. Yep. So week two. And let's see. Should he win POV? POV.
Well, that's the thing is like he's won his fair share, and so has Johnny Mac. And like I hear some of the house guests talking about. That I think Becky could win an HOH, and Johnny Mac I don't think could. Like, I don't get where they're thinking this from. Like, Becky is sure she's strong, but it's like the dude still won 3 POVs already. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Look at his performance on the wall challenge against Shelly and James.
Yeah.
I mean, James was practically unbeatable. That was his comp to lose.
Yeah.
If he got in a cramp or something, or just kind of slipped, his hands, grip fell.
Yeah.
Whatever. But like Johnny Mac and Shelly, it would have been interesting to see if them going toe to toe, what would have happened.
Yeah, I think Johnny Mac is like very underestimated, which is awesome for Johnny Mac. But again, like I love Johnny Mac, but I'm starting to get on this train of like, why the fuck aren't they gonna try to take him out? Like, he's dangerous. He's super dangerous.
I think he is super dangerous. Hey, let's kind of move on a little bit. We'll come back to Johnny Mac because obviously being on the block, he's going to be working this conversation later, and we're about to pull him in now, I guess. Austin is worried that Vanessa is going to try to make an alliance with Steve and Johnny Mac, which right now they're have-nots together, which is the perfect place, as we've talked about before, to breed and form some alliances and stuff. And breed is probably the wrong word to put out there.
No, breed's fine. I don't know.
Anyway, you fester. People can get get in there and like multiply. The misery can bring people together.
Absolutely.
But anyway, this is basically a Ostwins Buster alliance. Basically, Vanessa knows that she's going to need help getting them out, and that's what's kind of going on there.
But is this really like? I don't foresee this ever happening. I just don't see it happening or working really.
Well, this is the thing. I think Vanessa's fucked. I think Vanessa's fucked.
That's what I'm saying. I think
this is one of those. Okay, yeah, absolutely.
We're 100% on board. Yep.
You have power. You do what the fuck ever you want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like you hope that if she gets power before you do, she's like you go to her and say, let's get let's go after her.
Yep. It's you're still on board.
So it's one of those like there should be some kind of like term for that.
Yeah, I don't know what you'd call that. Fucking prepping the landing zone. I don't know.
Yeah. Prepping weddings.
Prep DLC.
We'll work on that one. But
Yeah.
there's definitely a term for that type of deal.
Yeah, absolutely, because that's one of the best ones.
Other than a bullshit deal, because there's a purpose for that type of deal, and you're right, that is one of the best type of deals.
Yeah.
But anyway, Becky has a couple of days ago, her and Johnny Mac were talking. I've gotten this written down here. They're talking about who they had no game with. Johnny Mac has no game with James and Meg, whereas Becky has no game with the Oz twins. Well, you know what, Becky? That's really fucking bad for you, because the Oz twins have been in the power position, whether either secondary, on the peripheral of stuff, or kind of in the middle of it, almost to the tip of the spear, even to this week.
Mm-hmm.
That's the power trio. Clay was talking about our last episode. And dude, I'm gonna put an annotation right here.
Boom. Watch the Clay's episode. Check it out. Click right here, folks.
Click here. All right. But anyway, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Absolutely. That power three is my favorite thing about Big Brother 17.
Yeah, that is such an awesome new mechanic that
it's a juggernaut, dude.
Yeah, it is.
Nobody wants to put up the twins because it's gonna be vicious and dangerous, because there's going to be Austin with whoever one's left to come after you the way they think.
They should put in a bunch of polygamists next season.
And Austin don't like
just like they should put in a bunch of polygamists next season, so it's just like a 4 orgy, a 4G, just fucking like.
No, not polygamous. That's wrong. Polygamy,
is it?
More like religious based.
Is it?
Thing.
No, I thought it's just like multiple.
I think you're thinking about polyamorous.
Polyamorous. Okay, yeah. Polygamous.
Fuck
the polygamous. If you're a polygamist and you're watching, please tell us. We'd love to learn a little bit more about polygamous. What?
Who did we have? Did we have a polyamorous? Oh, King of the
yeah, Amanda's polyamorous. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so we just get a bunch of polyamorous people in there and make like a super group, like hive mind. Fucking.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Dude, that'd be fucking sweet.
Yeah, sweet, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
so that's like one thing that's awesome about that too is Big Brother likes to introduce Middle America to
some sort of new
lifestyles kind of thing, kind of shit. So that'd be kind of interesting. But so I'm pulling for that.
I like that. I think like now that you have the history of accurately predicting a casting choice, I think everyone's gonna have to turn to you for this season of Big Brother Canada and maybe even next season of Big Brother, because you successfully, like, what seemed like it was in December or January, you were like, the next fucking person to be cast on Big Brother is gonna be someone that's transgendered. And
I said that if you are transgender, and you want to be on Big Brother now, this is your year audition.
Yeah,
you'll get on. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
The climate was perfect for it.
Well, it's like the same thing that you like. The reason you like grew out the beard and shit like that, or you're like, oh yeah, it's Duck Dynasty weather right now. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, I was about to go on a tangent that's way off Big Brother.
All right. Well,
so
averted. Averted. Tangent averted.
Good thing.
Yeah.
All right. But polyamorous. I'm for that. Okay, man. What do we need to talk? Okay. The Oz Twins asked Steve not to use the veto if he wins it. So right now, it looks like the only people that would win it. Oh, and dude, Johnny Mac told. Okay, they're talking about. They predicted to be the hold and fold veto. Of course, we don't know right now.
Who's predicted that? They did in the house.
I don't know who brought it up that they thought it might.
Yeah,
be,
they said.
But it is about time.
James
is the host, and it does have a host.
This is the week that Andy was HOH, that they got Hold'em Fold'em, or he got Hold'em Fold'em, and I think even last season they got Hold'em Fold'em this week too.
Okay.
I think it's an accurate
that's something
pick.
We need to do. We need to get comps per week, what it was, and keep up.
Like
it really is
some
like
sort of correlations.
Yeah.
I think that they're getting a lot more like predictable with the comps. Like, I think they like the idea that people in the house are like trying to actively strategize for the comp. I think they like that idea. And again, like, I haven't heard much. Like, I've been trying to listen for like any strategy talk of like how to approach the Hold'em Fold'em, because I think that our season fucking developed the game breaking strategy for it, and then I think 16 actually like kind of came through with the fucking the strategy aspect of it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, I haven't heard them really talk about that fucking aspect of, like, fucking everyone fold except for one person every single time.
It's the easiest one to control.
It's the
easiest one to control.
It's a game breaker.
So, yeah,
that's a
is.
fucking super strat.
Okay, so, Austin wants to bring Johnny Mac into Scamper Squad and kind of boot Vanessa.
Oh, you're beeping the fuck out.
Right. I'm beeping the fuck out?
Oh, you're back now.
Okay. Yeah, Austin wants to bring Johnny Mac into the Alliance. And boot Vanessa.
Damn, your fucking shit is going bonkers.
Johnny Mac. What's that?
Your shit is just going bonkers, yeah.
If it doesn't straighten up soon, we'll just cut it.
Okay.
Only like 5 more minutes anyway.
Okay.
Keep it short and sweet. You know, saying shit we don't need one POV.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Johnny Mac has told Becky that the best way to keep them both in the house is that he might have to throw it to her, so that she can win, put a replacement nom up, and then maybe they can target that person. So that's very, very risky. But I mean, Johnny Mac's got to keep his number 1 in there, and I mean, honestly though, he could trim the fat. He could. You know, sorry, Becky, I gotta cut you loose.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough for him to do that.
Because with Austin wanting to use him going further, you know, it's
but
a
he
great
doesn't.
time.
I don't think he knows that that's 100% true. For like he doesn't know that for 100%. I guess. And the other thing is that it's like, man, that's like making a deal with the devil. Like that is Faustian in nature, where it's like you're gonna be playing with fire, like. Because I'd be one of those people though. I'd be like, fuck it, like I'll take my chances, go with the 3, and fucking see what happens. You know, like I'll pledge my fucking allegiance and fucking as soon as we can fucking, because there's no way they're gonna walk all the way to the ending. Like they can't do it. Like everyone's gonna want to start taking shots at them.
Like, it seems impossible.
Yeah.
It seems impossible. Hey, switching gears back to Steve real quick.
Yep.
With Austin and the whole Judas thing, I'm really afraid.
What Judas thing?
The Judas thing, the hat, the Judas thing.
Yeah, Austin? but what is it? What do you mean? Like what's the dichotomy between these two? There's literally no difference. Like, he even voted at the double eviction. Like, Judas votes to evict. All right.
I'm pointing something out.
Let's hear it.
I think that Steve is going to be a Judas figure to Johnny Mac's game.
Oh. Like, he's the one that's fucking up Johnny Mac's game secretly?
I think that Steve could. I think Johnny trusts Steve, tells Steve things. And I think Steve trusts some of the wrong people in Vanessa, even though that's a kind of a shit show right now.
Yeah.
I still think that as long Johnny Mac is not safe as long as Vanessa's in the house. 100%.
I believe that.
No matter what kind of things she's trying to say, I think that if there's a position, whoever's in power, she clings to him and develops some idea, Johnny Mac can be the perfect target for whoever else is in power.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to be one of her perfect targets that week, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing. I think Johnny Mac needs to get her ass completely out of the house. And
yeah. She's good.
I think that Steve could haunt him with information sharing.
She's like really good at picking, like, she knows when she can fucking like put in a little bit of extra like oomph. Like, what was it, yesterday? I think it was, maybe she was talking about how Johnny Mac was threatening her or whatever. Like, he was crazy. He had a crazed look in his eye and he was almost threatening. And like, she like finds her moment to like amp up the story just enough to try to like cast some doubt on whoever it is. It's not just necessarily Johnny Mac or whatever, but like to me from the outside it seems so see-through, but in the house I don't know, I just don't get why they aren't seeing it. But it's like she is really good at that, where it's like using her language to like really like make someone out to be negative and like the next enemy, like they're
Do you think Vanessa's gotten to the point with her game to where she's been so erratic, so emotional, so explosive that targeting her would bring almost like, it's almost kind of like the evil dick thing, to where it's like, I just don't want to put up with that, so I'm not going to nominate him. You know,
I think she hasn't.
Think she's almost to that point?
She's almost there. I think she can. No, I don't think she's there yet because everyone is so
she's
like ready.
Close.
Dude, yeah.
I mean, hold on, dude. The Goblin side of things really are like there's blood. They want blood. They want blood. They would love to take out that big target.
Yep.
So it might be impossible for her to achieve that kind of status.
I think that if she fucking starts going crazy this week, I don't know, like
because
maybe
that's
I don't know.
Almost what the Twins and Austin have as far as the intimidation factor of not wanting to nominate any two of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So because there'll be a third one and somebody's not going home.
Yeah.
So then you got two people mad at you. But anyway, hey, that's we've been on for about 20 minutes. So
yeah.
Let's just wrap it up.
I'm suggesting that we release this fucker, like, we release this as soon as possible. Because if it is the Hold'em Fold'em, they won't do it till about, like, getting around 6 probably.
Yeah, dark.
Yeah, they do it. They do it at night. They do that one at night. You know, remember it was like night out.
Yeah, it was getting dark, but like we normally release at 9:30 Central, so it'll be 7:30. That'll be about getting dark. So
dude, I think it's gonna start at 6:30 or 6 o'clock. I bet that's when 6 o'clock their time, so
okay,
8 o'clock our time.
We'll talk about releasing it
yeah.
off there. Let's plug all of the stuff. Obviously, we want everybody to subscribe. We're getting close to 6,000 subscribers, so we want you to make sure you hit that sub button. Obviously, down there at the bottom of the screen, you'll see a little little thing that says On the Block. Click that. It'll subscribe you. And also down there at the bottom, there's another subscribe button, the normal YouTube subscribe button. The live feeds are we got a live feed updater for our @ontheblockpod Twitter handle. So you can go to @ontheblockpod, and it's not only to get the links now just to watch our podcast or to see us, push the interviews and our game rundowns, but it'll also keep you updated. We've got an awesome updater, and she's killing it absolutely. So we want to thank her and tell you to go there because she's updating this thing constantly, several times an hour. I mean, like 10, 12 updates an hour. You're knowing what's going on. She's putting out really good stuff, and so go follow that so you know what's going on in the house. It's we're really proud to be able to offer that and have somebody that was to volunteer to do that. Also, if you've got a band, you want to put music at the beginning of our podcast. Hey, tweet to @TimStinks and say,
oh yeah, that's right.
Say, hey fucker, why haven't you sent a link to some Spider Cider?
Or given us express written permission to use his content.
Yes.
I would love to do that. That's actually as soon as I heard that.
Stuff.
Yep, exactly.
No, but we want to put anybody else that's got a band, any kind of music. If your friends got a band, talk to them. Even if they're not Big Brother fans, we'll put their stuff out there and push it. We want to get, like I said, we're trying to build a community, and that's, if you got something, we want to push it. Also, like I said, if you've got a blog about Big Brother, anything like that, we are getting a lot of emails, and that's ontheblockpodcast@gmail.com. I'm responding to as many as I can. We have a lot. It takes me a while to kind of get to people and answer questions, that kind of stuff. And we do have a lot of people that are wanting to help, and that's wonderful. And we're trying to kind of figure out the best way to kind of mobilize to make people's, efforts, best used. So we really appreciate everybody that's doing that. Anyway, you can follow me at Spencer B. Claus. You know that. What do you got, McCrae?
Let's see. I got to remember everything. Big shout out to Hamster Watch as always. HamsterWatch.com. A lot of our views come from Hamster Watch, so big fucking shout out. Also, big shout out to Earth Dog. Creates all the overlays, all this beautiful imagery you see before you. Go follow Earth Dog at Earth Dog. The dog has a 0 instead of an O. Earth Dog is just a monster. Does great chops. A lot of funny art. So check that out. Yeah, it's always entertaining. Really always entertaining and very topical.
I saw Earth Dog's picture of Shelly holding this baby.
Dude, that one's amazing.
Dude, that one's almost went viral. That was awesome.
That one was so fucking funny.
It's almost like if Kim Kardashian had tweeted it out.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Definitely follow Earth Dog. And then also Jokers updates. We're getting a lot of links from Jokers, so big shout out to Jokers. 4chan, I think I saw on the list. Just a bunch of crazy places. Reddit. I know we don't really have a presence at Reddit, but I'd like to start changing that. I'm kind of lurking on the Reddit boards every once in a while here.
Marilyn keeps up with Big Brother Reddit like crazy, and she's been posting our link in there.
Yeah.
Anyway, people have been commenting.
So everyone go check out Reddit. It's a great place for just a lot of another little outlet for Big Brother talk. So go upvote the episodes. I think that's how this shit works. Let's see. The next thing is on the feeds. I'm always in the public chat room on the block. That's where you can find me. I'm always sitting in there. I haven't moved. I wish I could be in the Hamster Watch chat, but I like our On the Block one is kind of nice and quiet. And it's always good people, no trash talkers or no garbage heads. So fucking come out and check it out. And if you want a place that's not just obscene and just fucking crazy chat, come and hang out with us. Let's see.
Obscene and fucking
well,
crazy.
Fucking like, man, I can't stand those chats. I cannot stand some of those chats. Fuck that bullshit. So if you want to go cool place,
dude, like.
You're beeping
some
out.
of them go too fast.
Oh yeah, exactly. Some of them go too fast, and it's just like you can't see them. But I'd like to get us on the first page of like the public list. It's a lofty goal, but it'd be cool.
Okay, yeah, but that'd be awesome. Oh, I can see your view in your mug.
And then and then as always, twitch.tv/Chumler.
Right.
Come and hang out, and yep. What are you done with my plugs?
No, they'll be in the description.
Yeah.
I'm not done with plugs.
All right, cool. Well, thanks everyone for watching. Yeah, all that good shit. Do all that good stuff and have fun, and hopefully you'll see the stuff. And
good one another. Thanks,
all right, take care, and hope you guys have fun watching the feeds. And put in the comments how much you love the feeds right now. How you liking the whole season as a halfway midpoint? Like, let's kind of a midway review. What are you guys thinking of the season? Again,
that'd be good. Yeah.
Yeah, at the bottom right, there's little chairs. Click that to subscribe. At the top right, there's gonna be a little button that says more videos. Go check out our playlists and watch some more of our stuff if you haven't. If you're a first-time viewer and all that good stuff. And I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you later, guys. See you later, and we're out. Peace.